Using a robot for CBRNe brings its own unique set of requirements. Each CBRNe incident will be unique, and a robot that can integrate a wide range of sensing capability is essential. You need to reduce the risk to operators by sending in ZEUS, which can carry out visual assessment of the suspect area and deploy the required sensors to report back in real time information about the incident contamination. In addition, ZEUS can then remotely deploy any mitigation or containment systems. Once data about the potential risk is obtained from the sensors mounted on ZEUS and combined with weather and location data, a prediction can be made about the potentially hazardous area and actions taken to make safe the area or evaluate as required. Virtually any sensor may be fitted to ZEUS using its universal equipment mount. The mounting system is not sensor specific and can accept many different shapes and sizes of sensor. You may have a sensor that needs to approach a suspect material, and these can be mounted on the end of the manipulator arm. This allows the sensor to be carefully positioned using cameras and, if necessary, aiming lasers. But what about sensor data? Again, no problem for ZEUS. As long as the sensor has a data port and can output data, ZEUS can accept a wide range of data transfer protocols such as RS-232, RS-422, RS-485 and USB, to name but a few, and transfer the sensor data back in real time to the control unit. You may have multiple sensors that need to be mounted, and again, this is easily handled by ZEUS. There are 2 data ports on the chassis, but if more than 2 sensors are required, the data port hub may be used, expanding the number of ports up to 8. Hubs can be chassis mounted or arm mounted, dependent on which is the most suitable location for mounted sensors. Critical data from the sensors is then sent back to the control unit and can either be displayed on the control unit screen or passed out to a central command and control system via the control unit's Ethernet port. Sensors may also be controlled via the robot's control unit, carrying out commands such as switch on and off or change settings. For scenarios where ZEUS may encounter an explosive environment, an explosive atmosphere detector is available as an option. If detected, a warning is sent back to the operator. The operator then has the choice to either fully shut down ZEUS, which will completely disconnect the batteries and remove any risk of explosion due to electrical spark, or continue with the mission. If the user chooses to continue with the mission, the warning will remain active until the explosive risk has gone away. If you use sorbent or 10x tube sampling, then ZEUS has an optional tube sampling system that can be mounted either on the arm for point detection or on the chassis for general sampling. To avoid tube saturation and breakthrough, a twin tube system is available with one tube sampling at a very low rate and the other at a very high rate. If there are very low concentrations of contaminant, the high rate sampling tube will be able to take an adequate reading. And if there are very high levels of contamination, the low-rate sampling tube will take an adequate reading without the risk of breakthrough. All settings, including the sampling rate and time, may be controlled via the control unit.